right, joining us today on Pirate Radio Live, professional baseball thrower and professional podcast host, Danny Beal. Damn, Daniel, back at it again with the white vans.
You like those?
Yeah,
Carter put me onto these. I like them. They're really dirty. I need to clean them right now. You can see it on the YouTube. But yeah, no, I need to clean them.
DB, how did start number one go for you?
It wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. It was a lot of pitches. I joked with Gavin. I was like, it was a Gavin outing because it was like 4 innings, like what felt like 100 pitches. It was 70. But it was a couple walks, couple Ks, couple earned runs. It was average. It was good to get my feet wet and get back out there. And it was weird starting, but it was a good crowd. I had Carter's mom was there. Todd Howell's wife was there. My parents were there. So it was a good little showing for guys that were supporting me.
I'm obviously not comparing my baseball career to yours. I'm going to make a point. But, like, when you pitch in or play in Little League, Babe Ruth, All-Stars, like high school freshman team, like, they all kind of have a different feel. Mm-hmm. So how did that feel playing at Granger Stadium? Like, were you calm, nervous, less nervous than ECU, more nervous? What was the feeling like out there?
I was a little nervous. It was like a nervous anxiety of like I just want to go and like pitch. I didn't really feel great body-wise. I don't know if it was like preparation stuff or whatever, but I was throwing and it was just like But got through it, battled, and it was cool to be out there again. It was cool to start. It was interesting working with catchers that I had never worked with before. They did a fine job calling a game. It's just trying to get on the same page with them the more and more I throw. But I was telling our third baseman the other day, his name's Yasel Pino. He's from La Habana, Cuba. I was playing the show the other day, like the video game, and I had a pack to open, and I opened a pack and he was in it.
Oh wow!
And I was like, I don't know how you're in it, but all your stats are like 40 hitting. So either you stink or but the fact that you're in the show says something. But he was like, yeah, I'm in the show and it's pretty cool. And I was like, yeah, I agree, dude. It's pretty sick. But no, it was good to get out there with those guys. And hopefully we lost yesterday. Hopefully we can get a win tonight.
So coming back up tonight. And man, you kind of got thrown into the fire. You played a couple of exhibition games last week, and then it's on to the real deal. So are you still kind of getting to know the guys? I guess with the living quarters, you get to know them pretty well, right?
Yeah, no, it's that frat house row or whatever it is, where it's like the 2 houses with a lot of guys in them. But I've taken a lot of things from past pitching coaches and just tried to be a sponge. And I think one thing that I've taken is kind of taking ownership of my career, and game planning has been a big part. Like I'm taking a lot of notes throughout the week on certain teams, reading swings, and kind of setting guys up as to what my plan will be going into a start, which has been pretty cool. Like in college, it's a lot of like the pitching coaches calling your pitches. If you have opportunities to shake, but more often than not, it's on you to execute the pitch that's called. And I think it's been a cool experience for me to be able to go out and have ownership in the game, and my outing is on my shoulders rather than the coaches or whatever. But it's been cool to like have guys' inputs, especially on the team who've been in pro ball, and it's been fun to watch and fun to experience for sure so far.
Did you remember my interview with Josh Groves yesterday?
I saw that he was on. I did not hear what he had to say.
He used the word sponge. He talked about how, not that he ever like blamed the pitching coach here, but he said it's independence now. It's on him to do the scouting, to make the right pitch and call the right pitch and all that stuff. So very similar.
We were roommates, so I get it.
But no, he's doing well, and yeah, that is a neat part of it too. Like you're your own. You have a pitching coach, but you're your own guy now. You're kind of doing it all, right?
Yeah, no, it's been cool. It's like I said, nothing against AK. AK, I mean, I wouldn't still be playing if it wasn't for him. He's done a lot for me in my career and stuff. But being able to create my own game plan, and even like the pitching coach I have now is super great guy, knows a lot about the game. He's done a lot for me so far, and being able to bounce ideas off of him on how to approach game plans and hitters and stuff has been cool. But at the end of the day, like he can suggest something, but if I don't want to do it, I don't necessarily have to. Like I'll try it, but it's up to me on whether or not I want to go out there and actually do, the plan that he sets forth, and it's on me. So it's been a cool experience to be able to. And I've talked to Gavin and Spivey about that, and that's kind of how I've gotten into the routine that I'm in now, so they've helped a lot too. And it's funny that Josh said some of the same stuff. That's cool.
Is it like football? We always hear the script at the beginning of a game. Like, do you have a script for that script to work? what you're doing has to work out there. But do you have kind of that going into a game?
Yeah, no, it's funny that you say that because I was talking to the pitching coach yesterday about, like, you have a plan. It's kind of like the Mike Tyson thing.
Yeah.
Like, you have a plan until you get punched in the mouth. But I always have a plan going in, and that's at least I have a plan in mind going forward for the next couple starts to see kind of how hitters react to, what my plan is. But it's kind of the thing where game to game, situation to situation, hitter to hitter, where you have to adapt, and it's every good pitcher can adapt really well. So I think over the next couple starts, if I get into trouble early or if I get into trouble and things have to differ from my plan, how am I able to react to that and kind of avert the traffic that's on the bases and stuff like that.
So do you hit the road tomorrow?
As far as I know, yes. I haven't been told that we're leaving tonight, so I'm assuming tomorrow. And I got switched to Saturday starting because of all the rain outs, which is great because if we're leaving tomorrow, I don't have to pitch off a 9-hour bus ride, which is great. So
yeah, so first roadie, I guess, coming up. And
can't wait.
That'll be an experience.
Yeah,
looking
no doubt.
forward to catching up with you on that one. Danny Beal, Down East Bird Dawgs, joining us here inside the Pirate Radio studios. And talk a little Pirates. They are playing today, Friday, Saturday, the regular season finale. I asked you about the feel at Granger Stadium where you're starting as a pro for the first time, but how about the feel in Clearwater? Were you on a team ever that felt like you needed to win to get into a regional, or did y'all feel pretty safe while you were there every time? I'm trying to think back.
I would say there were times when we were down there that we needed to win to host.
Right.
I don't think
So
we
you had
ever
a little
needed.
pressure.
We never had to win to get in because we always did enough in the regular season. But there were, I know in 21 as long as we didn't go 0-2 in 21, we would have hosted. 22, we were on the 100-game win streak. 23, we certainly had to do well to host because we lost the first game that year, and then we lost in the championship game to Tulane. I think if we would have won, we probably would have hosted. But it's a weird situation because even the coaches haven't been in that. Like CG and JP are the only ones that have been in that situation where you need to win to get in.
Yeah.
Because AK hasn't been there when we've been this shaky, and neither have some of the other coaches too. So it's interesting as to how they'll approach this with pitching and kind of resting guys to see if they're fresh for Tuesday, right? For Tuesday's first pitch for the tournament.
Tuesday, yep. And depending on the seed, if they stay in that 6th spot, they'll play late night. But first game's 9 a.m. Tuesday. I think that's the 4-5 matchup.
I was thinking about this. We haven't been in the first base dugout in like 6 years because we were always the one seed, so we were always in the third base dugout for every game. So it'll be, like I said, a lot of new beginnings this year. It'll be crazy.
How shocking is it that that not only is ECU not on top of the league, but there was an East Carolina in the conference this year, UTSA. I mean, you look at their record. That's what East Carolina's done the last decade almost. Yeah, they got a good team. They've got a lot of guys returning from last year, and they were great last year. And I think playing in Texas offers a lot of in-state opponents for like RPI boosts. Right.
And it's the same in North Carolina. Like you got State, Duke, Wake, Carolina. They have Texas A&M. They've got Texas State. They've got Rio Grande Valley is really good this year too. So they've got a lot of teams in there where they can play, and it's not a far travel thing for them. So I mean, they've got like 10 losses maybe. I mean, they've absolutely ran through their schedule. So they should be an at-large, and they're not even hosting. I saw on Twitter that to not even, I guess, proposing a bid to host just because their field sucks. But no, they're good. They're a good club, and their coach is kind of, not a lot of people like him, but they've got a good team. Yeah, heard some of that going on at the ballpark last weekend. Speaking of the ballpark, Brandon Manning pointed out something that was missing all year, but we had it on Saturday. Your dad and Ryan McChrystal's brother were at the game, and it sounds like whatever, but I kind of thought about it, like the special group you guys had, and it's a good group, and maybe it's just because we didn't win enough games this year, but but that part of it seems like it's missing as well, the family deal. I don't know, but I think we can get that back, but. Just him saying those names, it made me think about some good times. Yeah, no, I mean, that was my dad's first time back since Evansville, so it had been a while just because he was, it's weird going back and not having your kids there or any of his teammates or stuff like that. And I know I saw Shank's mom a couple weeks ago. Obviously, Carter's parents have been down here. JC's parents have been here. But it's tough for any parent, nonetheless the kids. But the parents are tough just because you've put and invested so much into watching them and supporting people, and it's hard to go back. But no, I think you're spot on with the winning stuff. It makes it a little bit easier to create that family feel when success is certainly about.
I asked Josh this yesterday. I'll ask you. How is the shortstop at ECU going in and closing games for the Rockies?
That guy's unreal. He got a card in the show the other day, and I'm like, he's in my bullpen on my team right now. And I was like, I played with that guy. No, me and Zach talk quite a bit, and it's fun to see him do his thing. It's obviously cool that his family gets to watch him, and he's pitching. Really, at this rate, he honestly might not. I hope he doesn't hear this. He might make the All-Star game. He might be the Rockies. He might
be there for the Colorado.
It might be him or Hunter Goodman, who actually went to Memphis, who we played a few years ago. But he's pitching lights out. He's arguably one of their best arms, if not their best arm in their bullpen right now. So it's crazy to think that guy would just come in from shortstop and just chuck it.
And it tells you too, like, just the difference between going from East Carolina so team oriented to a really bad team in the Rockies. They fired some of the
stink.
Didn't they fire their manager or
after they lost by 3 touchdowns?
But like Zach's got to be on cloud 9 right now. Like, I know he wants to win, but like it's about him and his career and moving up, and he's doing a great job. His team not so much.
No, they stink, but he's having fun, and he's having a blast, and he's getting to experience what it's like in pro ball. And I'm sure he's going to have great stories to tell and stuff this offseason. But the fact that he's up there and we get to watch him is special, and especially JC getting pulled up too. It's Lakers are looking good for Pirate alumni. Special.
JC planning to join us Friday.
Really? Nice.
Cool. Via video.
I didn't even find out by him. I found out by his girlfriend's Snapchat story. We have a group chat of a couple of us, and I was like, "Congrats." He's like, "How do you know that?" And I was like, "Go look at Taylor's story." And he's like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, thanks for telling us."
Instead of saying thanks, he says, "How do you know that?"
Yeah,
that's his first.
Exactly.
His first
it's just the way JC is. But his story of how he found out. Everybody has a cool story of how they get. I don't want to spoil it because I'll let him tell it. But the story is very, very funny of how he found out, which is cool.
Celtics winners last night.
Yeah,
staying alive.
You like that, Holden? Don't let us come back, buddy.
Calling him out.
Texted him last night.
Kind of Jalen Brown's team, but had some other guys step up.
I would argue. I don't know. Derek White, dude. That guy's really. If you don't even have to say Derek White. Luke Cornett turned into Kareem last night. That guy was unreal. I mean, he had like 8 blocks. He almost had a triple double with blocks. Guy's incredible.
It's gonna be fun in the Garden coming up this weekend.
I've had so many friends, Holton included, just tearing Celtics fans down, myself included. But I am going to let you guys hear it. If it goes 7 because you couldn't close it out on your home floor. 2, if they come back and win this series down 3-1 without their best player, good luck.
My buddy Sam is headed to Boston this weekend to see some Braves and Red Sox.
There you go. That'll be. I think. I'll look real quick, but word on the street was that it's sail crochet tomorrow.
Yeah.
Is it really?
I know it's sail.
I'm pretty sure it's crochet tomorrow. Yeah. Yep, sail crochet, which at 7:00 on Friday night at Fenway. That's going to be very, very fun to watch. So
be fun. Your buddy Zach Kaplan, fellow Red Sox fan. What did he say, Jared? That was it. Tuesday night was a must win.
Yeah, must
and
win.
They lost, so I guess the season's over. Is that how that works?
Season's over in May because Zach knows ball. So some things never change. That guy's panicking on many different levels. I'm sure he said the Celtics season was over after Tatum got hurt too.
And it's good to see Jared and Danny. They're going to be hanging out. They'll be buddies for the next few months, and then the Patriots and Raiders play, and it's all over.
Yeah, Milt Williams is going to rip Geno's head off.
Will Campbell will not block anybody on our defensive line with those short arms.
He can't even get it out. He's rattled. He's so rattled.
Shut up.
Jared's got a dartboard with Josh McDaniels' head on it.
And John Gruden, apparently, based on his Twitter.
John Gruden?
Yeah. See? Don't get him fired up because apparently he was talking about the other day. He retweeted a couple tweets about how John Gruden is really the basis of why the Raiders have stunk for the last 4 or 5 years.
Try 25.
Or 25. If you really want to get into it, yeah, sure.
Good stuff, DB. So you will be starting on Saturday?
Saturday in Jersey. If everything goes to, I guess, plan in terms of no rainouts, nobody gets hurt, it'll be a 5-day rotation, so it'll be next Thursday at Granger.
For right now, how good are the folks treating you? How do you like this level of ball as of right now?
Way better than I thought it would be.
Really?
Again, this is also barring. I haven't gone on a road trip yet, so I don't want to get too ahead of my skates, but no, it's been great. The team's cool. A lot of good guys. We get fed pretty well. We've had it like 3 or 4 separate times. They make a banging chicken casserole. Good Lord, it's so good.
Chicken casserole.
But no, the GM's great. It's my girlfriend's birthday tonight. She's coming to the game, and I'm gonna try to get like a like a little birthday shout out on the video board just to embarrass her a little bit. But,
Oh, cool.
No, the Rowdy, the mascot's great, but they do a good job. They do a good job. We've been treated well. It's very autonomous, as I mentioned, and it's fun to be a part of for sure, especially the first season down there.
I'm trying to lock down that exclusive interview with Holly. Is that right?
Holly, that's her name.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the one. She's way more interesting to talk to than I am.
You don't know this. She's doing an interview live as we do this.
With Shirley.
We're not even recording this.
It's gonna be the Holly Schlegel show. Brian Bailey can kick rocks.
DB, thank you, buddy, and good luck.
No problem, guys. Thanks.